Hello, welcome to Help Desk with Joe. With me, as always, is Joe.
We're back.
We're back, and you have some exciting news.
Yes.
You have you and your family have transitioned and added a new member to the household.
Yes, we have. And that's why we've been gone for a few weeks.
Yep.
Trying to.
A few weeks, few months.
Yeah.
Probably seems like a few weeks in your household, but it's actually been, I think, 2 months now.
Yeah, it's been about 2
since
months.
we've done a show, so we're back on schedule. You guys have everything under control and taken care of, and Baby McDonald is safe and sound while you are free to do a show.
Yes, Baby McDonald may be making an appearance in a couple episodes with a couple product reviews and stuff. So we're already at the tender age of almost 2 months. She's already getting thrown into the mix.
There you go. Good for business, incorporating some new product ideas and so forth. All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Give us the details real quick.
Okay, we had a baby back on August the 7th. Sadie Marie McDonald. She was 7 pounds 8 ounces and 21 inches long.
Yep. And Mom is in good shape and back here in production, so everything's going great, and we're back on our schedule.
Yes.
And producing shows. All right. So it's good to have you both back. And all right. Today's show. What do we got?
We're gonna throw you back under the bus here and
Okay.
put you back under fire here.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'm on the wrong side. It bothers me just a little because I'm on the wrong side of this deal. Okay.
So today we're going to have Dave review the Galaxy S7 Edge.
Yep. So I got this jewel maybe a year ago, 9 months ago, something like that. I've had it for a while, been using it. I've always had Samsung. I went through the 3, the 5, and now the 7, and I got the Edge. So, okay, fire away. What do we need to know? Give us the details of the 7 Edge. I'll hand it to you as you go through the ins and outs and the tech side of it.
Okay, so the Galaxy S7 Edge is the latest model in the Galaxy series. And this phone is available through all the carriers. Samsung even sells an unlocked version of it. So any carrier that you go with, you can get this model.
Yep.
Some of the specs of the device is it is a 5.5-inch screen. It is water resistant and dust proof. It has the IP67 rating.
And I can validate that. I have dropped it in water, like water puddle, mud, and had to kind of rinse it off. I didn't quite do to the extent that they do in the commercials on TV.
Right.
But it did land in a mud hole, get dirt and mud on it, and I did spray it off and cross my fingers and hope for the best. It was fine.
Okay, so you did water test it.
To a degree.
Okay.
It was a quick snatch and grab and hope and shake and try to blow some water off and then spray it off a little bit to clean some of the gunk out. But yes.
Okay. Mistake number 1, never shake your phone. Never, if you have electronics that's immersed in water, shaking it guarantees you're going to kill it, because if you just pick it up, there's a small chance that the water has touched the circuitry. Going like this, guarantee it's going to hit. It's going to hit circuitry somewhere.
On the bottom, the plugs are exposed.
Yes.
Now on my 5, it had a little
cover.
Yeah, it had a cover that you pressed in. These do not, and that's what worried me. So I was trying to shake water out.
Okay, yeah.
Which I agree is probably still a mistake, but I was panicked because I was like, oh no, there's my new phone in the mud and water. So I held it and kind of just did this number because they are exposed on the bottom.
Right.
Which baffles me. So they've got some sort of waterproofing, water-resistant deal inside somehow.
Yeah. Well, I knew the new, I think it's either the iPhone or the Apple Watch, one of them has a built-in, it's waterproof, but the speaker's exposed. And from the base from the speaker, actually, is the thump from the base is actually what used to get the water out.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Neat stuff they're coming up with.
Oh,
so anyway, so yes, slightly tested.
Okay. It also has a micro SD slot, which nowadays for an Android phone is very rare, but Samsung is still sticking to the expandable storage model, which I really personally enjoy.
Yes, I like it a lot as well.
And you can expand that up to 256 gigs. So whatever storage on your phone has, you can add an additional storage up to 256 gigabytes.
And I have, through my job, I do a lot of photos and video stuff for Patch, and I use it. And it holds a ton of information, which is wonderful. Now I do go back through and delete stuff off as I go. It gets older, but it holds a ton of information. Being a non-tech guy, a ton is a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how to put that in your terms, but a ton.
Well, if it does the job for you, then that's all you need.
I want to say at one point I had 600 or 700 photos and videos
total. Wow.
Yeah, along with my emails and everything else it holds. So it holds a lot. All right.
Now,
next.
One other feature that it supports, which you use on a daily basis,
Yes.
and we was just talking about the show before the show, wireless charging capability.
Yes. I have it came with the wireless
Base.
docking station. Yeah, not docking station, but base. You just set it on it. It takes off charge, and it's wonderful. The phone still functions while it's charging, and it's easy to pick up and just set right back on. Use, go as you
Now,
please.
did that come with that, or did you have to buy it separately?
I think it came with a package.
Okay, so the package that you got, it came with.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you just set it on there, and it stays quietly out of its way. It connects USB to the back of the computer, and I keep it a couple of feet away from me just because I'm uneasy with. I know Tesla's been doing this technology for a long time, but it just seems kind of scary to me to have something emitting some sort of charging.
Yeah, sometimes
Stuff.
electrical current.
Yeah, something's happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it is really nice. You just set it on it, it goes to town, it charges. It's super handy. I don't have to plug it in. Very handy.
As Ron Popeil used to say, set it and forget it.
Yes, very nice. So I'm on board with that feature. It'll be really hard to go away from.
Oh yes. The cameras on the phone, the rear-facing camera, which if you're not familiar, is this camera is a 12 megapixel camera. The front-facing camera, or what people refer to as the selfie camera, is a 5 megapixel camera.
I never used the selfie one, but the rear-facing one was awesome. It takes high-quality pictures. I mean, it really rivals a camera. Now, my 5 wasn't as good, especially in dark conditions or motion pictures. This one takes the place of a point and shoot, one of the higher-end Nikons or something.
Mm-hmm.
No problems. Distance is still a little bit of an issue, but anything up close, spot-on pictures.
Now let me ask you this: reaction time. You hit snap. Is it
It
instantaneous?
is instantaneous. There is zero hesitation. That's why I say it rivals a camera, because that used to be an issue before, especially like Patch does a lot of soccer in our programs, our basketball program at the elementary school, where you're inside and the lights are dimmer and it's darker. My old phone, you'd hit the button and there's a quarter of a second of delay, so you kind of had to plan.
Yeah.
This one's instantaneous, and it has better light gathering capability.
Low light.
Yeah.
It does better in low light
Yeah,
situations.
it doesn't need the flash where the other one would. And the flash on my old phone was really delayed. It did the blink, 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 and then flash, and that's hard to do, especially with action. But with this phone,
Not an issue.
it's wonderful.
Great.
Yeah, it's incredible, actually, amazing how they stuff that much camera in that little area.
Yeah.
So somebody's doing a good job. It's crazy.
Now, with the picture quality, Dave was talking about that. The video quality is also great. This phone has capability of doing 4K video quality at 30 frames per second. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with what 4K means, you've heard on high definition TVs 720p, 1080p. 4K is the resolution of 4 1080p pixels. So it's trying to cram us four times as many 1080p pixels in one.
All that went over my head, but this is what I know. You can go on our Patch site and look at any of our videos, and they are outstanding. They're all done from my phone.
Yeah.
I mean, it is amazing. And I'd say I'm more impressed with the video quality than I am the photo quality, just for that fact.
Yeah.
That the video quality is outstanding.
Yeah, 4K is taking the place of the regular high definition. 4K is referred to as ultra high definition because it's 4 times as clear as 1080p was.
And I believe it. That's our videos. Again, even inside in low light are outstanding. Outside, the depth perception, there isn't any vignetting on the outside. It is spot on. It does wonderful in video, and it's all real time. There isn't any lag, so it's phenomenal.
As far as network connectivity goes, it comes with your cellular, of course, and also includes the standard Wi-Fi. It does BGN AC. I believe it's Bluetooth 4.1, and it also includes NFC.
I don't understand the NFC very much. I
Okay.
don't deal with that, but the Wi-Fi is great. It picks up very well, and the Bluetooth is outstanding. I can get 30 feet or so from my watch before it, maybe even farther.
Yeah, 30 feet seems to be the sweet spot with Bluetooth.
Yeah,
And then it's one of those, if you get a little extra, that's great. If not, that's...
and I don't know which would be the factor for the watch, but the watch, I can go from my office and get just to the bathroom door, which is a good at least 30 feet, maybe even farther, before it loses connection. So it does a really good job. And in soccer practice, I can get halfway across the football field before it kicks out.
Yeah.
So I leave my phone over at the bleacher side. So if you can put those terms into, and make it relative to what you need to know, if you're interested, then good luck. If not, that's my terms.
Well,
how-
NFC or
Yeah, NFC. I don't
okay,
understand that.
NFC stands for Near Field Communication, and I'm sure you've seen it. You go to McDonald's, you go to a store, they have those banners: tap to pay, pay here. NFC, what the NFC is, you put your credit card information on your phone in certain apps,
Yep.
and then you go to the cash register and you just tap your phone,
Hmm.
and it makes a secure connection between the phone and the device, and you transmit your credit card information that way. Personally,
Nice.
I don't use it just because I'm security paranoid. I work in
Right,
IT,
right.
so I know what happens, but that you can do that instead of having a wallet full of credit cards. You can put all your credit cards here and then just swipe through, pick one you want, and tap to pay.
Gotcha. Now I'm a minimalist, so I keep everything turned off unless I absolutely have to have it or use it often.
Right.
So I've never turned that on. I've never had anything to do with it.
Right. Well, I keep mine turned off as well, and which is good practice. Regardless if you use it or not, it's best to keep it off unless you're using it just for battery life and security purposes.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm probably the worst tech person to utilize all the features because I just use what I use and I go on.
Right.
And but I do like the stuff that I use to be high quality.
Right.
And that's how I try to conserve my battery. By the time my day gets done, 7:38 at night, I still have a lot of battery left. But I'm paranoid about it. So
Okay, that brings up a good topic: battery life.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned putting it on your charger, but
Yep.
let's say you get up in the morning and you go. How long can you go before you have to find some kind of charging source?
I would say if I'm conservative with it, day and a half, pretty easy. And I use my phone a lot for everything. So I'd say I'm pretty hard on it. Out of a user, maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably a 7 or an 8 because the video, the photo, and it's everything I use my phone for throughout the day. I would say a day and a half, pretty easy.
On minimal use. So
Average use.
So average use. So on a high usage day, you might be able to get a whole 8-10 hours. You might be able to get a whole
easy.
work.
I could get an easy day out of it. No
easy
problem.
easy work day out of it, no problem.
If I'm not at my desk, if I have to travel to schools or go to Charleston for a meeting or something, my phone will last the whole day. No problems with normal usage. And like I say, I'm a pretty active user, 7 or 8 on a scale out of 10. It would last a day, no problem. And then I charge it at night, and it'll charge within a couple hours. And then if I'm at work during the day and I charge it a couple times throughout the day at my office, then it'll stay charged all the way until the next day, no problems.
Which is great because that's been a kicker. That's been a killer on smartphones for the last few years. Ever since they've gotten so popular, is always had to search for an outlet. Always had to search some kind of charging source. Had to get power somehow.
Right. The S5's battery was not near as good. This is, I would say, double, easy. And I didn't do it. It's just the stock phone. I didn't do anything special.
Right. You didn't modify any of the settings.
Nope. It was just straight from the get go.
Great.
So, yeah. It's hard to find a downside to that because, like I say, I do use my phone a lot.
Right. All right. So transitioning here,
Yes.
let's talk about the pros and cons. What things do you like about your phone?
Well, battery life is a big bonus. Ease of use is a real big thing for me. I don't like change. I like everything to know. I like to know where I want to go and be efficient with it. It's very easy to use. It's very friendly. I like the smaller size. It's a little bit bigger than some of the phones lengthwise, up and down. But side to side, it's nice. It fits my hand well. I don't have to mess with it. It fits in my pocket well. I hate it when people have the big phones and they stick out of the back of their pocket because usually I don't like getting caught on anything. So I like something that fits in my pocket. It's not comfortable, light, easy to handle. Those are all big pros for me. Ease of use, efficiency. As far as how it works, connectability and all that stuff, fantastic. I get 4G everywhere I go. I'm through AT&T. So and I have an AT&T tower by my house, so it works fantastic for me. 4G. I don't know. What else would you?
Well, let's talk about the Edge. Everybody says, well, what's the difference between the Galaxy S7 and the S7 Edge? So let's talk about what the Edge means.
Yep. I got the Edge just because it was on the sale. So, and I didn't care either way. I didn't have a preference. I didn't know. So it's fine with me. Now, I do hit the edge of the screen, and we have a photo of it, and you can look at it a little closer on the photo. The edge of it rolls over the side.
Yeah, the screen rolls over to the edge of the phone.
Right. That's handy in some ways because it does have a side screen that you can flip on real easy, but in other ways you hit it every once in a while. and I like it now. Probably the first 2 or 3 weeks it got on my nerves because I would accidentally hit something, just trying to get to the edge. If your finger is near the edge, it'll catch.
Yeah.
But for one-handed usage, it's really easy to catch the edge of your phone and pull open a program that you want. It has a sidebar of programs, easy applications. I forget what they call it. It has a little name, but it has
Kinda like
a little
shortcuts.
tab. Yeah, shortcuts. It has a little tab. You can flip it open and pick what you want on the side, which makes it nice to do with one hand. So that's a huge bonus. Back to the efficiency part. That makes it really nice because I don't have to, on my 5, I had to go over my cover and then kind of get where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Longer reach. I don't have large hands.
Right.
So it's nice. My thumb can reach both sides. And that makes it really nice from the side. So a little hard to get used to, but now I like it. And anything you view, if you view it, as you can see, it's full screen.
Yeah.
So there isn't any side catch.
There's no cutoffs on the side.
Yep. So very nice on that part.
Okay. So let's talk about the cons. What do you not like about the phone, or what's been troublesome for you?
The edge part was hard to get used to.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say in the beginning that's a con, but now it is not so much a con. I wouldn't go back.
Wouldn't go back now.
I would keep the edge now that I'm used to it, but in the beginning that would be a con.
And that's the thing with the edge. It's still semi-new.
Yes.
Samsung announced that, made that a feature in the last version of their phone, the Galaxy S6.
Yep.
So it's still semi-new, so a lot of people, it's still a learning curve.
Yes. It is a little tall up and down, but that's because the 5 I had was probably a half-inch shorter, at least. So that, the length of it is still what I would call a con, just because of the size. But again, I'm a minimalist, so I will count that as if you don't, if you're already carrying around a big phone,
Yeah.
this would probably be small to you.
Right.
For me, where I came from a smaller phone, it's a little bothersome having a longer phone.
Right.
Now it is nice when you turn it sideways to do video or to look at photos and get more detail. Having that extra width is nice. So it's give and take. Everything else about it is lovely. I use it. I'm very hard on it. I don't have my phones to just try to keep and save. I use them
Right.
every day. I've dropped it probably 20 times now. One time was a nice fumble with a kick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it landed and everything worked fine. All the updates go through smooth. It has more features than I know how to use or care to use. So I'm sure that I could get more out of this phone if I took the time to use it more.
Right.
Or to learn how to use it. Because like you said, I didn't know what the NFC part was. Now that I know, I probably still won't use it. Makes me feel better that it has it.
Right. It's there if you need it.
Yeah, so really there isn't any downside. Now, keep in mind, I'm a Samsung user. I had the 3, the 5, and now the 7, so the transition into this was no problem at all.
Right. So that brings a good point. If you're a current Samsung user and you want to upgrade, do you recommend?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I would recommend anybody that's not a Samsung user, go to the Samsung. The Play Store has more apps than you could ever possibly use. Anything you want to do, you can pull it up. The features are seamless. I really like that aspect.
All right, great. So, is there any other pros, cons?
Not really. And like I say, I'm pretty easy to please though. If it works and it works well with what I need it to do, then by golly, thumbs up.
Yeah.
If there's anything to struggle with, now back to the 5. The 5, the battery life was a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like that with the 5, but they fixed that with this one. Battery life lasts me all day, no problems.
Nice.
I can finish my day and still have 35%. And to me, that's a pretty nice cushion to have. That's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
another couple hours if I regulate a little bit. It does have power saving mode. I've used that a couple times when we were out of the service area. Just kick it on power save, and it'll save your power very well for you instead of searching for signal and stuff. That's a nice feature, but I'm sure most phones have that.
Yeah,
I
but
assume.
right, but that's still something good to know that if somebody isn't familiar, do they still have that power save?
This
feature?
actually, I think, has ultra power save, which is, I'm not sure with the distinction. I know there's regular power save, and then this one has another mode
Ultra.
on it that lets you go into a whole other lockdown, phone call only.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think with the ultra power save that it's kind of like you. It's a minimalist.
Yeah.
Phone calls, text messages. That's it.
Yeah.
You can't sit there and play Angry Birds in ultra
Right,
save
yeah,
mode. It's
nothing.
phone calls and it's communication use only.
Yep. And I haven't used that, but I did see it when I used power save. So nice feature.
And one other feature that you and I talked about a couple weeks ago, which I don't know if you've turned on or not, is Wi-Fi calling.
No, you told me about it. I have not turned it on.
I know it. Wi-Fi calling, if you're not familiar with that, that's a newer feature that's being released, and it's all dependent on your carrier. If your carrier will allow it, and what that does is, in Dave's case, if he turns it on, and your phone and your carrier have to authenticate it, but in this case, it'll work. You turn Wi-Fi calling on. Let's say Dave's in an office building that has no cell phone signal, but he can connect to the Wi-Fi. Well, if he turns that on, he can still be able to make and receive calls over the wireless network, even without a cell phone signal.
And that would be really handy. You go into some of the schools, for instance. I don't take phone calls into schools, but would it do messaging as well?
I believe it does. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it does messaging
I mean,
as well.
there are, like we went and played soccer in some metal buildings that block all your signal.
Right.
And I know they have Wi-Fi there, so that would be very handy.
Well, just in the state of West Virginia alone, cell phone signal is a rarity in some spots. So just driving into a McDonald's parking lot to be able to get Wi-Fi signal would be.
Well, or out Reedy, for instance. I know you could get Wi-Fi out Reedy, but you're not going to get cell phone service.
Right.
Very handy out in that instance.
Right.
Yep. Huh. Okay. Learn something every day. I need a tutorial on my phone.
Well, maybe we can do that another show. Just step one, step.
Yeah, there you go. This is how you use your phone to the maximum ability, and that's the scary part. For me, anyway, is that I know this phone has a lot more capability than what I'm using.
Right.
So for somebody that's tech savvy, this would probably be wonderful playland. You can do all kinds of amazing stuff.
Right.
I'm impressed with the basics though. The photos and the videos are outstanding. Call quality service is outstanding. Charging and battery life is outstanding. So,
all right, great.
Okay.
So, how do you want to rate this? Thumbs up, thumbs down, 5-star rating?
I feel bad saying it'd be like a 5-star because I don't feel I have the background knowledge. Like you're a tech guy, so but know how everything should work and comparatively to other objects. I'm a Samsung user, so I feel like I'm almost biased. So I'll say thumbs up, just to kind of keep it fair.
I was going to say, because at the end of the day, regardless of being a tech user or not, a phone's only good as what it benefits you.
Right.
I can bring you just a little flip phone, and if you're just looking for something to make phone calls, that's great.
Yes.
You don't need all those extra bells and whistles. So when it comes to the rating system, it all boils down to, okay, for your use, how well does that work?
Right. And then for me, this is a 5-star, no problem. And it would probably be a 6-star if you taught me how to use more of it.
Yeah, right.
I could access more features and make my life probably a little easier.
So even the cons that it had aren't deal breakers.
There isn't any cons that I would really see as a con. Most of it was learning curve. And to keep that in the context of what we're talking about, I remember going away from the little buttons that you use to text.
Yes.
And the first time I saw somebody use I don't even know what you call the new ones, but
the on-screen keyboard.
On-screen keyboard blew me away. I was like, "There's no way you get used to using that. That's craziness." And now it's second nature, and I only pay attention. But I remember the first time I saw it.
Right.
My nephew Austin had it, and I was like, "That's craziness. That's ridiculous."
Yeah.
I want my buttons back.
Yeah.
But now that I've switched, I would never go back.
Right.
So it's all learning.
Right.
All right. That's the extent of product testing by me.
All right, great. Well, Dave, I appreciate
any questions. Go to Joe, please. Don't call me. I can't help you very much.
Well, Dave, I appreciate you let us be your.
You said something about being a good test dummy.
Yeah.
So a lot of the dummy parts, some of the tests.
All right, so great. Well, I appreciate you letting us use your phone as the test.
Yep.
I wish you would let us use the water test, but at least I'm glad to know that.
I'm
glad that you know that you actually did test with water. It's a shame we didn't catch it on video, but
it was the whole fiasco would have been good to have on video. It's America's funniest home video moment.
Yeah,
it just happened. Panic ensued. So anyway, all right. If someone does have questions, how they get a hold of you, and I'm sure you've used my phone enough to have a background, and I know you have different phones in your household as well to represent all.
It cover a lot of bases.
Yeah, you cover a lot of bases there. So if someone did have a question, wanted to call you and talk about it, how do they get a hold of
you? You can give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com, or be like Dave and like us on Facebook.
There you go. And remember, all these shows are produced by A&M Digital Technologies. They handle all our middle school programs. We've been loading a ton of our sporting events for the middle school, the high school, and stuff online. All that stuff.
Let's do a plug for the channel.
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
not only do we have the YouTube channel, for this show, the channel is youtube.com/amdigitaltech, where all Patches shows are on YouTube at youtube.com/rcpatch21, or you can watch the live channel, which, like Dave said, has all the sporting events, has a lot of local events going on.
Yeah.
That is ustream.tv/channel/patch21.
Holy
Or-
smokes.
or
Just
just-
search Ustream
yeah,
patch.
Yeah, just go to ustream.tv and just type in patch21 in the search box, and we'll be right there on the first one. If we're broadcasting.
And you've been broadcasting a lot, so
Yeah, we've been doing a
really,
lot of.
taking care of us on that end. So
Now-
good stuff.
And if you miss a game or event that we're broadcasting on Ustream, once we finish broadcasting that on Ustream, we upload it straight to YouTube. So don't think you miss it. If you don't see it on Ustream, go check the YouTube channel.
And we just put a ton of them up. So, all right. Well, thanks again, Joe. Appreciate it. And again, A&M Digital Technologies producing all our stuff here at Patch and all our community events and so forth. So get a hold of them on Facebook or however you'd like, and ask questions. Watch some more of the product reviews, and we're back in action with a third McDonald
There you go.
in the house. So we'll see you next week, and thanks again.
Thank you.